All right, here we go. I'm just gonna be recording. Um, so the year is 2020, right? COVID, it's just started. We're looking at what, January, February, March, April, around April, May. And because of COVID, certain things are starting to come to mind. Like I'm seeing people, get laid off from their jobs or their jobs closing, not going to work, not making money. At the same time, stocks are having some, you know, are becoming more and more of a hot topic. And I just remember I had always thought about, stocks and like investing in stocks, but I never really like put any time or effort into it. But again, in COVID 2020, with everything happening, I eventually, it was the next year, 2021, I was like, you know what, I really should start looking into stocks. That led me to watching a video on YouTube of a guy who bought and sold stocks, as well as Amazon FBA. And he mentioned in that video not to do day trading because it's so risky. Most people lose money. So I was like, oh, okay, stay away from day trading. If I want to do anything with like stocks and investments that way, just buy and hold stocks. So I got a Robinhood account and I bought a couple stocks and different things, and still have that to this day, actually, which isn't a long time. But as months went on, I realized, like, looking at like as I watched these like YouTube videos, my mind was then open to like people can make money online and how much money people can make. Like I always knew like people can do stuff online, but I didn't realize the amount of money people could generate working and doing things online using the internet. And so that kind of just like began my journey of just my journey of trying to make money. Let's try to start another side income. I wanted to build a couple more incomes streams. And so I went into Amazon FBA for a while, but with COVID going on and other things, that kind of like had times during that year. I think I did it for about a year where like I couldn't really do anything because my supplier like was in China, and like the warehouse shut down again for COVID again. And so while things like that were happening, I was like hearing more and more about day trading. I had bought in like a forex trading course around the same time I started the Amazon FBA stuff, but I put it at the back shelf and I was like, I'll look into this later. So now it's a year later, and again I'm like, maybe I should really do this trading thing. And at the same time, my wife actually mentioned like, maybe she kind of was like interested into trading as well, in trading. And I was like, I took that and I was just like, you know what, maybe this is just a sign. And so from then I was like, I'm gonna just start learning as much as I can about trading and what it entails, forex trading to be specific. And at that time though, right before I bought that course, before any of that, I had heard about forex maybe once or twice in my life, but it never really clicked. I didn't realize what it was. One, my cousin was trying to learn forex, and the other thing was like a coworker of mine mentioned like she knew somebody, but literally I had no interest in it. Either of those two people talking to me about it just never piqued my interest. But anyways, now in 2022, I'm like really getting involved in it. Watching YouTube videos every day, just trying to learn about what it is. So from April, May, June, July. So yeah, the rest of the summer, June, July, and August, I was just kind of like taking information. I probably around June or actually end of May, I did buy another trading course. The first one I was kind of just getting information from, but this one had like an actual like mentor you can talk to who gave homework, things like that. And I did that August. I got married in August, and so I hadn't started like actually trading in the markets at all. I was just kind of like learning the information and getting used to the softwares, how to put on trades, things like that. But I wasn't really trading. like not demo trading, not live trading, nothing. Got married, went on our honeymoon, and then my plan was in September, after I came back from my honeymoon, I was gonna dive into trading and actually start getting like my feet wet in the actual like charts and putting on trades or demo trades. And so that's what I did. September, October, November, just going at it. Like this was like a daily thing, and that's all I did. Like I just, after I worked, I would just learn as much as I could about trading and try to do things in the market, in the demo market, in the demo accounts. Just put on like trades that I thought, or like do my analysis from what I was being taught. And I was understanding and learning and understanding like what I was learning, but there was something off. I felt like the way that those strategies just weren't like, I understood them, but I felt like there was like so much room for error, and I didn't really realize or feel like I knew how the market moved really, or why price was reacting at certain parts of the market. And so I bought a different course by another well-known and great trader, forex trader, and his course actually, build on what I knew, or like just gave me even more information about trading. I felt even a little bit more like prepared in the markets, but there was still like, I did his course for maybe 2-3 months, but there was still like something that I felt like I just didn't understand. And so from that, it led me to a different trader's course and Discord. And the same thing, like it was adding on. I never felt like I was going back as I was hopping through courses. And like I knew from the beginning, like psychology was a big thing. Like it wasn't a get rich quick scheme, and I can't have shiny object syndrome. But at the same time, I knew like I really needed to try different things to see and feel like what really like resonated with me and what I really understood. And so from the first two courses were like really retail traders. Were all retail, but like the retail concepts of trading. And then I went into supply and demand, which is still retail, but a little bit more like a little different than what I was learning. And I was really understanding that, and it felt even better. And I remember in this Discord, there was someone in the Discord that was always posting like, the trades he's taking, and they're a little bit different than what, this mentor's teachings were. Like it had something to do with supply and demand, but it was also a little bit different, and there was like order blocks and things like this, and I was like, what's that? But I kind of like started like focusing on what that dude was like posting, and eventually I found out he traded ICT and like had done the 2022 mentorship. And so that led me into the ICT world. And so I went through the 2022 mentorship. That really opened up my mind. That's really when I felt like, oh, so that's why price is doing that. That's why price is moving like from here to there. And like, I just felt like I knew a little bit more. And that's kind of like what I was missing with the other courses that I had taken. So from then I was like, all right, I think ICT's for me. Like these concepts I understand. And so that led into my next stage of trading. And this was January, February of 2023 now. And so in 2023, I was just like trying to learn as much ICT as I could. As you probably know, ICT, there's so many different concepts. You can make different models, and it could be overwhelming. The 2022 mentorship was good, and there was kind of like a model in there, and so that's what I was trying to look into in the markets. But there was still something that like I wasn't really like doing right. I guess I wasn't consistent. I felt like finding the daily bias was hard, and certain things. And so as time went on, I was just learning more and more, and like I felt and still feel like I take a couple steps forward, maybe one back, forward, one back. So I still feel like I've been progressing, which is great. So the year went, like I did a couple different concepts of ICT's concepts, got to learn about a course, ICT course for market maker models. probably mid-June, July, something like that. Watched the course. It was a lot of good information, but it seemed a little confusing, so I put it on the back burner, and I felt that I needed something that was like more mechanical. This was around like September. I needed just like a mechanical, like, you see this, you see this, you do that. And that's it, like no discretion at all. And I found a strategy that was like that, and it worked well for a month, and then it switched. So as I was learning that, I still, in the back of my head, was like, I feel like I still do need to have like the skill set of discretional trading as well. And then I went back. This was like towards the end of 2023 now. I went back to Market Maker Models. I rewatched the course that I had already bought, and this time it just hit different. Like I really was understanding like what was going on, or it felt like I was. And so starting 2024 this year, I remember tweeting, I was like, I think Market Maker Models is what's gonna like change my life basically, and like trading and like focusing on concepts around that. And so I started this year like that, just market maker model type strategies. Started another mentorship with a very great trader from Twitter. Like he really helped me, and we were having like one-to-ones, good psychology like talks, everything that I needed. Eventually I felt like maybe I still had like too many concepts, even within market maker models, like too many different things going on. So I took a break from like mentorship, went out of the country for a month, didn't really trade, and came back. And that kind of brings me to where we're at now. But through this, that's kind of just like, that was like just what's happened in the journey in terms of like learning wise. But other things have also happened during that journey. Like I was demo trading for almost a year, actually. Yeah, like demo trading, not putting in a live trade for almost a year, but that was with retail. But by the time I started using ICT, I was like, all right, I need to have more skin in the game. So I started prop firm challenges, Forex prop firm challenges. And so I had like TFT, SFT, funded engineer, funding pips. And eventually, with like one of the mechanical strategies, I was able to pass phase 1, and I was in phase 2. I was getting like very excited. And then like the whole thing with prop firms and regulations started. So this was again like late 2023, my Forex funds, that whole thing happens, and then like, domino effect, everything. So all the prop firms that I had, all the challenges I had going, all basically lost them because either the prop firm wasn't accepting US residents anymore at all, or they changed their platform, or they shut down completely, or they paused like payouts, things like that. Like I hadn't even like passed a prop firm challenge at all. So when I had started with the mentorship before I went out of the country, I was like in the process, before the prop firm started shutting down, the Forex ones for US clients, I was in the process of like maybe switching to futures. My mentor was like, you should switch to futures, especially as a US client, this and that. And I was like, I want to, but right now I'm already in the Forex space. Like I want to at least pass these challenges, and then like I can start transitioning to futures. But anyways, it was like I was pushed into futures because that's all I could trade at the time. So now I trade futures. I came back, I started learning, or right before I went away actually, I started learning and focusing on ERL to IRL and IRL to ERL, basically, internal range and external range liquidities, moves. And I really liked that. It was really simple, and I realized I need to just keep it simple. And that is kind of like a quick, short like rundown of like what's been going on. Basically now I feel like I'm at a point where I am trading. I have my model, I have my strategy, I have my risk management system written out. I'm taking evals now, prop firm evals on the futures firms. Still haven't passed a prop firm challenge or eval, but that's now is my next goal. I feel like I am literally at the door now, and so basically I just need to stick to my my trading plan, risk management, and execute my edge when I see it, and to the best of my ability. I think now it's only just a matter of time to get funding, and that will just be a nice little hurdle to get over. I know once I get funding, it doesn't mean I'm gonna keep it, or like I'm not gonna have any more challenges. I know there's a whole bunch of challenges that come after that, but it feels good to be able to feel like I'm still progressing. And even though it's been like 2 years now, I feel like I've come a long way. It almost feels like it's longer than that, but yeah, there were times where I felt like I was right there, and then like something would happen, and again, like sometimes it was things I couldn't control. But I've put in so much time into this, like especially the first year and a half. Like there were days where like it's daily, every single day, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours in the day where I'd be like spending time learning, practicing, backtesting everything that I can, watching videos. So much so, like at one point though, it was a little bit like, could have been a little too much, like I have to go to work, spend time with my wife, like, and family. Now I'm at a point where I don't have to put in, or I should say, I don't have to put in that much time into learning, because I already have a strategy. I have my risk management trading plan. Now I'm in the era, or like the season, where I need to show up to the market, execute my plan. The trade wins or loses, whatever it does, fine. I journal it, and that's it. I review my journal at the end of the day or at the end of the week, and I repeat that process. I don't need to be online learning new strategies, things like that. Just keeping it simple now. No shiny object or anything like that. So yeah, this video is kind of just like to talk about that history, and just say like how I feel that I am ready to go on to the next part in this trading journey. So I'm going to be taking videos, kind of recording from here on out, like the journey. Who knows, like I could be funded this year, or it could still take a while. I don't know, but all I know is that I'm going to be putting in the time that I need to, and executing how I need to be, and going on from there. And I will just be documenting the whole thing. I know it's been like 5 months since my last video, but we're gonna try to keep it a little bit more consistent now. So I'm gonna cut it off here before I ramble for too long. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.